Good morning. My name is Joe Eandy. I'm the CEO of Vorstack, and with me is Mark Manning, our head of operations.
Good morning.
Vorstack is an automation and control platform for cybersecurity collaboration. As we've all seen in the news, Target, Neiman Marcus, and most recently Michaels have undergone security breaches. For purposes of this demo, Mark is going to be a cybersecurity professional at a fictional commerce company called Arget. Now, the last thing that Arget's customers wanted to see was their CEO on the cover of the Wall Street Journal and testifying before Congress for a security breach. Security breaches also severely impact financial institutions because your trust with your customers is tantamount to your business. Even worse for Arget was that weeks later, it was disclosed that Mark had in his email and in his possession the information needed to prevent or remediate that risk before it happened or shortly thereafter so it wouldn't become a front page event. This is understandable why it happens, and we should have empathy for Mark. Mark, let's take a look at your email. Poor Mark, like a lot of other security professionals, gets up to 5,000 emails a month from various sources telling him he should get a heads up on what he should be looking at to prevent attacks in his network. These emails come from coworkers, they come from peers outside his network, they come from organizations he belongs to, and they come from threat feeds he subscribes to. Mark, let's take a look at one of these emails. So this is an email from an organization he belongs to, which most of your organizations also belong to, and it shows that there are a few IP addresses that Mark should pay attention to. Mark is in a no-win situation with this. It'll take him 2 to 8 hours to investigate whether these are relevant to him, or alternatively, he will make a judgment to pass on these only to find later that this was the email that would have prevented a front page event. It's a no-win situation for Mark, and this is where Vorstack comes in. Mark, please forward this email and a few others to the Vorstack software sitting inside of the Arget's network. What Mark is doing is forwarding the emails to Vorstack. The Vorstack software is normalizing the data within those emails such that only the security information is parsed out, and then we're running a query against the internal infrastructure to see if anything in there is relevant. We support a number of different databases that underlie most of your infrastructures, including Hadoop, Splunk, QRadar, Security Analytics, and there are some others that we also support. Within seconds now, these emails will produce a result that shows what items within all of those collective emails are relevant to Arget. In this case, you can see that there's 67 occurrences. Now what Mark has done is automated what is going on in his email, and now he can only pay attention to those items that matter. This is a win-win for Mark, if you think about it. Now Mark can even set up automated forwarding in his email, and he can send all these emails to Vorstack, not having to pass judgment, and he saves a tremendous amount of time processing these. Also, he can now subscribe to a wealth of more information to actually improve his security posture. Now, this is all done on his email client, which means he can use his handheld device to actually do incident response. But all this activity can be viewed on the Vorstack dashboard. Mark, why don't you click on that? This dashboard shows the activity that's being done, and now he can show off to his bosses or people within the organization that he is processing a lot of outside information automatically to improve his security posture. Besides the automated processing, Vorstack also does automated collaboration between the entities. So instead of getting manual emails, you can now be exchanging information in an automated fashion with the security devices of your peers. In this case, you will have coordinated cyber defense against coordinated cyber offense. We do this through a concept of trusted circles. A trusted circle is a group where people have agreed to share information with one another under very strict parameters. Mark, let's look at your invitations to trusted circles. In this case, Mark was invited to the multiple trusted circles, and he is going to elect to join the financial services trusted circle. Before he does any sharing across the financial services trusted circle, he is going to check a number of parameters so that he controls what he shares with them. This is important from your privacy officers to your legal officers to your brand managers. You can only be exchanging data that is compliant with all of those, and we've built a proprietary system to actually do this. As he joins the trusted circle, you'll see that the dashboard now has lit up. He is now coordinating events with 30 of his peers, well, actually 30 sources within his peers, and so now he's extended where he's doing detection, and he's getting relevance back from 30 different sources outside his network. This network has identified a local event, as you can see with the one next to local event, that is something that he needs to pay attention to. Mark, why don't we take a look at that? In this case, there's an IP address present inside of Arget's network that has been known by the global network in his trusted circle to cause a number of different bad events. In this case, if we allowed the IP address to persist in the network, it could lead to port scans, brute force account attacks, and also perhaps an executable that will cause a front page event. The global circle has also given you the information to do the remediation. So in this case, Mark can stop an attack before it happens, allowing him to do early remediation. This is very powerful for Mark, and now he can start showing to his peers that he is now in advance of threats versus falling behind. Now, there is a macro trend going on in the financial services industry, and that is that your organizations are wanting to share and collaborate a lot more than they did 5 years ago. However, we are still stuck in the world of email, which we started this demonstration with. In order to advance this forward, it requires automation so that you can do real-time remediation and attacks. It requires control over the data so that there's no data leakage that you're not supposed to let outside of your network. And it requires advanced analytics so that there's no noise and a high level of relevance. Please come see us at our booth today to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you.